car there above my tub. I'm getting ready for a really hot bath. I can't wait. Let's drop this bomb in. It smells delicious. Oh yeah. It's gonna be beautiful blue water. Oh my God, my goodies. I love my bathroom, y'all. This is my towel rack. I do have this on the back of my door. This is all the junk that I haven't put away yet. But this side is okay. Here's my shower. I love that. Yep. Clothes to fold and hang. Lots of shoes to put away. But right now, guys, this is what I'm looking forward to. The best part of my home right now. Especially with my back being sore. It's so hot. It feels so good. Oh, yes. Oh, it feels so good, and it's so moisturizing. I love how deep my tub is. Oh, guys, it's so comfy, and it feels really good on my sore back. It's making my skin turn red. Look. Oh, my gosh. It's really hot. I feel like a lobster. Hey, guys. I'm soaking in my wonderful tub. I didn't light any candles tonight. That's a candle I have right there. It's from Bath & Body Works, and it is lavender vanilla. Yeah, and it's real relaxing. I keep my bath bombs there. Those are the ones that I had left over from Christmas that I hadn't used yet. In my apartment, I had not... I didn't really have a good place for storage, you know. My bathroom is sort of like the place I come to relax right now. Christina, I think it might have been you that asked for a vlog today, actually. And, you know, I was like, I'd not vlogged in a while, and I thought, well, I'll vlog my bathroom. I still have some pictures to hang in here, and I want to get one for up there above the tub. I want to get an oil painting. I went to Home Sense, and I found one that I liked, but it wasn't perfect. And this tub has armrests in it. It is so relaxing, but I just kind of felt like I needed a little something for myself tonight. It has been raining the last 4 or 5 days here almost nonstop. And I don't mean just plain old raining. I mean the kind that makes Izzy shake like she's done. Lots of thunder and lightning and that sort of thing. So, but no, I haven't vlogged in a while. But I thought while I was relaxing in the tub, if you didn't mind, it's not like I'm showing anything. But I haven't vlogged in a while because I've been trying to focus as much on just uploading for my main channel. My main channel growth has sort of become stagnant, and I think that I really noticed it when I was moving and I wasn't able to put up content on a daily basis, that all of a sudden my channel stopped growing. And I mean, you know, I hated that. So I decided to make it my mission that I would start uploading regularly again. I have a zit right in the center of my forehead. Guys, since I moved, my skin has completely and totally changed. I have texture where I've never had texture before. My chin is awful. You can see the pores on my chin and on my nose. I had a really big breakout during the move. I had one there. I had one on my nose. I had one on my face. I had several different spots. And I figured it was probably stress related. And I couldn't find my, it took me a while to get to the box that had my Kelli'sKorner in it. And so I went for about a week without using my Kelli'sKorner every day. And I'm used to using that like twice a day. Because like when I get out of the tub here, I'll use it to wash my face. And I really do think that the breaking out combined with not being able to exfoliate has really hurt my skin. My son's graduation, we went out to eat, and my mom, she didn't say anything then, but when I talked to her later, she said, Kelly, she said, what's going on with your skin? She said, I noticed at dinner after graduation that your skin, it looked like your makeup was just kind of laying on your face. It wasn't, you know, the peaches and cream I'm used to. It just wasn't smooth. And I was like, yeah, my texture is really bad right now. And I've noticed a lot of changes with my skin in other places too. I've got a spot on my leg that I swear it's like all of a sudden, even though I've never had it my whole life, it's like I have eczema or something. It's really bad. It itches really bad. I don't know what's causing it. It's just a really dry patch. I think that, you know, I went ahead and made an appointment to see my dermatologist. I haven't been to see a dermatologist in years. And so I thought that maybe the dermatologist could kind of help me figure out, you know, like what's going on or whatever. I don't have any nails anymore. I am using cuticle oil and hand cream at least once a day and trying to get the thin part of and the ridged part of each nail to grow out, but I've noticed that they are even more brittle than usual also. So I've noticed changes in my face. I've noticed some dry patches. Like I said, I've got one really bad one on my leg, and even trying to grow out my nails. They're growing, but they're less than paper thin. I mean, they're just really, really thin. I've also noticed that, you know, gosh, even my toenails they seem unhealthfully dry. I don't know if I've gotten away from my protein shakes. I'm supposed to have 2 protein shakes a day minimum. And I got to a point where I just like gagging, trying to take them down. And so I thought I'd take a break from them, you know, that sort of thing. So I stopped, you know, with that. I don't know, guys. I mean, you know, I'm going to be 48 in July, and maybe that's it. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to relax. I thought that if I could get in here, because my back, I go back this week to for my post-op visit with my back surgeon. I am about 2 weeks late going back for my 6th week. I'm about 2 months out now. The other side of my back is hurting a little bit, and I'm concerned about that. I did not take it easy. I did not rest. I did not let it heal. I was moving, guys. I mean, you know, you can't sit there and let your 70-year-old parents do everything. So yeah, I just, yeah. So the move has caused a lot of, you know, stress, of course, and that was my clip hit. But, there's just been a lot going on, a lot of stress. My son graduating this past week, and now he's in Panama City, Florida. And he's there with his dad, but he might as well be there with just a bunch of teenagers. um, I know that they're drinking. Um, no, he's not of age, but that's not going to stop a bunch of teenage boys that want to drink. And there are other people in the group that are of age, and I know my ex won't say anything, won't stop it or whatever. He's never been a drinker. He's never, my son that is, he's never been a drinker. He's never been one to, he's never been a partier at all. But he's graduated from high school and he's going away to college in the fall. He made his final decision, and he chose, where he wants to go. And we are working on the roommate situation and, all those things. So it's just been weird, I would say since the beginning of January, my life has just been one thing after another. And so I think when you combine tons of stress and you combine lots of emotional, there's been many bouts of crying, to say the least. Yeah, I do think that it's affecting my skin. I think it's affecting my overall health. And I've not been, doing what I really need to do for myself, like eating properly and taking in enough fluids and making sure that I get the amount of protein each day that I'm supposed to get and that sort of thing. The movers moved my furniture on April 26th. And April 28th, I turned the keys in. April 26th, one of my friends from high school brought a professional carpet cleaner to the apartment and cleaned the carpet for me. It was cleaner by far than when I moved in there. The carpet looked brand new. It looked brand new. I felt sure that there was no way they would be able to say anything to me about the carpet or charge me or anything like that, because it looks great. The whole apartment was just spick and span clean, and the carpet looked brand new. There were only 2 stains that I was responsible for, and those came straight up without any work at all. But anyway, we steam cleaned the carpet, and when I left the apartment, and I turned in my keys on the 28th, that gave it a full day to dry, and that sort of thing. And so I turned in my keys, and she said, well, I'll be checking the carpet. She said, that was like I'm going to say that was a Thursday or something like that. It's Thursday or Friday that I turned the keys in, and she said, well, I'll do a walkthrough on Monday, and, we'll check the carpet. And she said, I'll send you your final statement through the mail. So, I went out there and I was just like, she's going to see how clean it is. And she's not even had to hire anybody to come in and clean it after I've left, which is what they normally do. And, about a week ago, I got a letter in the mail from them, and she said that she had inspected the carpet. They pulled the carpet back, and there were some stains on the padding, and she charged me $500 to replace the carpet. So she took my $150 deposit away, and she applied that towards it, so I have to pay them $350. I got it I think I got the letter on the 16th, and it had to be paid in full on the 19th. And I had just paid my first mortgage payment. So, and I had moving expenses, and it was in writing. It was on my papers because I had a pet that they would examine the padding. And if there were any stains, I was responsible for replacement. She had told me it'd be $1,000, but I think that she felt like she had to charge me something because she knew I had a pet. But she didn't want to charge me what it would really cost to replace the carpet, because I'll be honest with you, there's no doubt in my mind they will not replace that carpet. It was brand new looking. I mean, you couldn't tell at all. My nose is getting redder and redder because of the heat in here. This water is really, really hot. I mean, it was as hot as I could stand it when I got in. And so, I just sent her an email, and I created my own little payment plan. She told me that if I would email her with an arrangement of some sort, and so just told her that I give her half of it in June, and half of it in July. That way I can space it out a little bit, that way with the cost of moving into a new home and starting a new mortgage, and, I had to pay deposits and all that kind of stuff to have everything hooked up. So, it sucks. I can guarantee you there was nothing wrong with that. There's no way it didn't pull everything up. But what do? I signed it, and the maintenance guy there has become my personal handyman. He calls himself my brother. But I told him, I said, look, there's no way. He said, I know. He said, I asked her, had she done a walkthrough? And she said she had not, and that was on Monday. And I called him on Tuesday because my son's toilet was leaking. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. I hope this is not a bad sign. So he came over and he fixed the toilet. And, he fixed my toilet. It was leaking a little bit. But he's going to have to pull my son's toilet and put a new seal in, which is fine. That's no big deal. And he can do it quickly, or whatever. But for now, we've got the water turned off in there because my son's not here, and he won't be here for 2 weeks. So there's no need in the water being on in there. So, but I told him about it. I said she charged me $500 for that carpet, and it looked brand new. It wasn't that clean when I moved in. And I said those showers and bathrooms and floors weren't that clean when I moved in, and it is what it is, I mean, no, I'm not happy about it. See, I'm starting to sweat. I told you this water was hot. It's steaming me really good, and it's making my lower back feel great. But yeah, I just, there's nothing I can do, and I have to pay it. So life sucks. There's 3 things that are absolutes. You're born. You had to be born. And sometime in the middle where our dash is, sometimes life sucks. And then last, you die. So I guess you can see that I'm not real happy about that situation. But, it is what it is, guys. And I just feel like God has blessed me to put me in this home. I am sweating. It's really good for you, actually, to sweat out. I feel like I've got some toxins in my body that I need to sweat out because I've had so much stress lately, and I feel like I need to have this, sweat session. I feel like I need for it to happen. It's, do you hear that? That's Izzy nosing around. Izzy, stop, baby. Stop. She likes to lay beside me. Where are you? Where are you at? Hey. Yes. She likes to jump up there and check on me every now and then. She doesn't, I mean, like, she doesn't understand why I enjoy being in the tub. Because when I put her in the tub, she doesn't like it all. But, yeah. I've got a lot of things I need to do right here, guys. I took the last 2 weeks and I did 0 unpacking. I didn't do any of that stuff. I haven't organized anything. I was just, I was doing fun stuff. I was doing, you know, the kind of things that you do when it's graduation time. And I thought, you know what, I need to go relax. I run a really hot bath and put bath bomb in there to moisturize my skin. Maybe sweat a little bit. Clear out my pores a bit. And then I'll use my Clarisonic and scrub real good. See, I even have a little bit of a spot right there. I have another one on this side too. But anyway, you can just relax. And it's nice to be in your own place where you know it's clean, where you have not had to worry about anybody else being there. To just kind of get back and relax. I've had my son here for 2 weeks, and he left Saturday. And he'll be at the beach until this coming Thursday. So almost a week. And I'm just praying he's safe. I hope he stays hydrated and eats well. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna relax a little bit. I'll be back with you after I have done what I need to do in here, which is just lay back and just cleanse my pores and all that. So I'll be back in a bit. Good afternoon, guys. Well, I never quite got back to the video last night. After I got through taking care of myself, doing all my beauty needs. Look how frizzy my hair is. It has been raining for almost a week here. And I just got out of the shower, and it is like the frizz is taking over. And plus, it probably doesn't help that I've got my hair up in such of a knot or whatever. But anyway, that's beside the point. I guess y'all are used to my frizzy hair by now. But anyway, it just won't grow out is the thing. I want it to grow out so that I can, you know, pull it back. And oh well. No, I was so relaxed when I got out. I was hot when I got out of the tub last night, but it was a really nice soak. You know, I used a scrub on my face, and you can see that the areas where I had the spots are a little bit redder than they were, but I think that's just because, you know, they were scars. Now, this one seems to be like actually, it's risen just a little bit, I think. I think that between the scrub last night and cleaning my face, and then the scrub that I used, the face scrub, and then I used my Clarisonic again this morning. This one seems to have come out a little bit more, but that's fine. I can cover it with makeup. You know, it's just that I've been really worried about my skin. I have my glasses on right now, honestly, because I can't see good without them. My eyes have been just terribly inflamed. They don't look like it now. They look fine right now. I have been putting these drops in. In fact, I go to the eye doctor here in, I don't know, let's see, about 2 hours, something like that. I'm supposed to go back to the eye doctor. I went in because my eyes, they were acting like I had pink eye, but honestly, they weren't itching. And that's what I usually get if I have some sort of, conjunctivitis, pink eye kind of thing, or allergies, either one. They were red and inflamed. They felt like they had sand in them. They were so dry and they hurt so bad. My tears were more like syrup than they were, fluid. And so I tolerated as long as I could. And so I made an appointment and went in, and he told me that I was writing the book for chronic dry eye. He said that my eyes were just super, super dry. He gave me, well, I already had a little bottle of eye drops that are antibiotic eye drops from the last time that I got that I got pink eye. I think I got that from my son. I can't remember. Anyway, I had that, and then I'd already been using it and using allergy drops, but nothing was helping. And so he told me to keep. He said, I really don't think that you have, from what I can see, you don't have an infection at all. He said, go ahead and continue to use the antibiotic drops in the morning and at night, just one. But he gave me another kind of drop, and it's like a steroid, but in liquid form for your eyes, and it's milky, so that when I put the drop in my eye, like everything just becomes white and blurry. It's the weirdest thing ever. But I've been using that, and it's taken down the inflammation. I mean, my eyes were so bloodshot, red, swollen. They looked awful, and they were to the point where I was having headaches, and the whole eyeball was just hurting. So he told me that I was just writing the book for chronic dry eye, and I told him I'd never had dry eyes before, like, what's up, and he said sometimes, we just, with age, that lovely word, just like everything else, we seem to, things happen, and my eyes decided they wanted to be dry. So he told me that he wanted me to use those drops for a week and then come back to see him. So that's today. I'm going to go back in and let him check my eyes. He said that he really couldn't do a good exam with them being as inflamed, red, swollen, and yucky as they were. He needed to get them calmed down first. And so they are calmed down now. Now, when I woke up this morning, they were yucky. This one's worse than any of them. But anyway, he's going to look at my eyes again today, and he said we would discuss where to go with treating my dry eye issues, because I wear contacts. These are my prescription glasses. They're Coach. I got them from his office. He has all kinds of different things, but it's a really old prescription in these. So basically, the only thing I can really do with these is see distance. I can't see very well at all. I know there are a lot of people that are a lot worse than me, but I think I'm negative 2.75 in both eyes, or that's one eye, and then negative 2.0 in the other. Something like that. I don't know. Different prescription in each eye, which means I have to buy double the contacts. And I wear the AccuView Oasis. They're expensive. They don't, you can't buy them just by, like a pair of 6 anymore. You have to buy them in pairs of 18 or something. I don't know. It's like way over $100 for one box. And I have to buy them 2 boxes at a time. And that really sucks. So, anyway, I have plenty of those. It's just that I've not been able to wear them because it's been painful. It has felt like I've had sand in my eyes, or, an eyelash or something. And it's felt like I've had my contacts in and that been underneath, and just irritating the full out of my eyes. So I've been out of contacts and in these old prescription sunglasses or eyeglasses for a while. They're the transitions, so they do, at least they darken up a little bit when I go outside. But it's been doing nothing but raining here for the last week anyway, so there's been no sunshine. So it doesn't matter if they turn dark or not. I just, I have finished up filming a couple of videos that I'll be uploading for the rest of the week. I just wanted to check back in with you guys and let you know that I survived last night, my soak, but I really do think sometimes we just need to not just soak in the tub to relax, but we need to run a real hot bath, and we just need to let our pores, just empty. And I mean, when we perspire, that's one of our body's ways, not just for cooling off, but it helps clear our pores of impurities and things like that. And so I stayed in the tub for a little while longer and just got a good sweat going on my face, and then I was able to use a scrub and then cleanse my face with my Purity and my Clear Sonic, and it has made a huge difference. I mean, it may not look it, but my face is just as soft as baby skin like it was. So it was just a matter of, I really needed to use that scrub and kind of sweat it out, clear my pores. I started to do the charcoal mask, but I was like, no, I think what I'm going to do is a scrub, because I just feel like that there's so much that needs to be exfoliated on my skin. And even if it does bring out a few, little things here and there, this is just a scar, or at least, no, that's a little bit of a spot, and this is too. But, I've got a couple of little scars, like there's one right there. I think it's gonna clear up. Now that it feels nice and smooth, if I have to do a charcoal mask for the next couple of nights just to draw out what's left and, these little spots like these, then I can do that. That's no problem. I don't mind doing that at all. In fact, it's actually pretty nice. I'll just go in and, paint it on with a foundation brush, a synthetic one. I like the L'Oreal black clay mask. It's really good. Paint that all over, and then I'll just come in here and get on the computer and watch a couple of videos or watch TV, and while it dries. And then once it's dry, I just step in the shower and rinse it off, and then wash my face like I normally would, and seems to really do a good job when I do that. But as I was telling you guys last night, I've not really done anything. I showed you my bathroom, but you can see I got a long way to go. I've got to empty one of my sinks out. It's just kind of collected stuff, I've got a lot of shoes that need to be put on the shoe racks that I have. And then I've got 2 baskets full of clean laundry that need to be folded, that it's just kind of pushed right into the doorway of my closet. There's several things in there that I need to straighten up, but for the most part, it's okay. My son's into the house. His room and bathroom are in good shape. I do need to scrub his shower and his toilet. He was supposed to do that before he left, but we kind of ran out of time, and I thought I just was like, I'll do it, and it'll hurt my back. That's okay. At least it'll be clean when he comes back. So, I also have stripped his bed, and I had his sheets washed and clean, and so they're piled and they're ready to go. I just need to put him on the bed and make his bed, and then his room will be ready to go also. But yeah, his end of the house is pretty easy to maintain because he's not here as much. I mean, I live here daily, all day, and he is, up to this point, he's always been in school during the day, and when he does stay here at night, he messes up the bathroom. He tends not to close the shower curtain, and that's one of my things. I'm like, close the shower curtain. And the reason for that is because, I'm just like, he takes really hot showers and everything fogs up and there's condensation everywhere. And I do not want him to start having any kind of mold or anything like that going on in his bathtub and his shower stall. So, yeah. So I try to, close it so that it can kind of drip and dry and that sort of thing. And he has been cleaning it for me once a week when he's here. I try to make sure that he cleans his shower once a week while he's here. I usually try to make him do it on the day that he's leaving so that it can dry. And, we just take the curtain and liner out and he scrubs it down really good. And then I usually clean his toilet for him because First of all, I don't think I've ever even asked him to do it, but I just feel like I can do a better job. But anyway, his countertop gets a little dusty, and that's about it. He's pretty clean on his counter, on his countertop in his bathroom. He doesn't really make much of a mess. I think it's because he has so many things going on in there. He pretty much brushes his teeth. He doesn't shave every day because he doesn't, really need to. He might be grown, but he doesn't. I mean, his facial hair is worse on it. It's his sideburns, and he does have some here, that sort of thing, and his mustache. But for the most part, he's a lot like his dad and his side of the family in that he doesn't have a full beard or anything like that. And what he does have that grows is usually pretty sparse. He just doesn't have a lot of facial hair. He just doesn't. And so he only shaves about once a week, and he's really good about rinsing the sink out and things like that. So that end of the house, I'll show you at some point. Whenever I get to it, guys. But I'll just be honest with you. I have been so unmotivated. It's not even funny. I mean, I have been so unmotivated. I've just not, felt like myself. And a lot of it is because the last few weeks have been a really emotional roller coaster for me. If you've had kids that have gone from, being in school for 13 years to graduating and having all these, end of things. The end of his baseball was emotional for us. The end of school was rough. Final exams and making sure that his GPA was still good and, all those things. Getting him decided on where he's going to school at. And, most of the kids that he was in school with already knew where they were going, already signed up for everything and housing and all those things. But I was having to battle my ex over that. My ex really just wanted him to go to a local college near here, and he wanted him to just live at home. And they had a big knockdown drag out. My son said he and his dad just had a huge fight over it. And he just flat told his daddy that he wasn't going to live with him anymore, which surprised me a whole lot because they've always come across as like super close. And I think that my son has finally reached the age where he's ready for his independence. At 18 you kind of get that way. And he doesn't want to have to do the visitation back and forth thing between us, and he just wants to live on campus. He wants to live there. He wants to experience college life, and he wants to be available when there are activities and things like that. And I understand that. I went through that, and I wouldn't trade my college experience for anything. And so yeah, he's not a troublemaker. He's never been one to get into trouble. He's never been one to, he's just a class clown. He's just always been a good kid. He's always been a good student. And we've never had any problems out of him. Only recently has he started showing signs of starting to experiment with things. He's been drinking a little bit lately. Of course, he's not drinking age. But that's another thing that we've been battling with my ex over. See, I was willing to let my son go where he wanted to go to school at, but my ex was against it. And I told my son, I said, you need to tell your dad that you've made a decision about where you're going to school. Because if he's going to take out student loans or anything like that, or if he's going to get student aid, financial aid, if his dad's not putting any money into it, he shouldn't have any say-so. And what it's boiled down to is that I told him, I said, your dad is going to threaten to take something away from you if you don't do what he's telling you to do, which is go to a local college and live at home. And I know I mean, I'm the mom, so obviously I know what it's like to let go. But they had a big knockdown drag out, and yes, his dad threatened to not help him, or give him a penny if he went against his wishes. And so we had to have a big family powwow. My ex had to come over, and we had to sit down as three people and, discuss what his options were. And I guess my ex finally realized there was no advantage in trying to make an enemy out of his son. So he agreed to, let him go where he wants to go to school. I mean, I told my ex, I said, look, if he, gets on campus and he plays too hard, because I mean, I don't know how many of you went to college, but I mean, I did. And, as soon as I was out of my parents' strict household, that was one of the first things I did is, I started playing really hard. And I almost played too hard. I partied a lot, and thank God I made it through it. But it's sort of a rite of passage in a way. When you go to school, you're out from underneath your parents' household, and you have the freedom to do things you've never done before. And so I told my ex, I said, you know what? We have to trust him. He's been a good kid. He's been a good person. He's been a good student all these years. He is going to experiment. He is going to party. The question is whether or not he's able to rein himself back in and continue to do well in school. And if he gets to school, he's living on campus, he's doing things he shouldn't be doing, his grades are going to reflect that. And straight up, the situation is that if he parties too much, they're going to send him home. If he's flunking out, he won't get to stay. And so he'll come home and he'll go to school locally and he'll live at home. And that's just the way it's going to be. And we've made that clear to him, that grades and learning is absolutely number one. That you're there to get an education. Having a little fun on the side is fine, but you've got to know, how to even that out. And if you can't do it, then you'll come back home, and then you won't have a choice. So of course he's like, I know, but he's going where he wants to go with his dad's blessing, with my blessing. And we're gonna help him with whatever he needs. I do know if you have a college student, a lot of people don't know this, but you can go on Amazon and you can rent books on Amazon for a mere fraction of what you would have to pay for college books. So once he gets his syllabus in each class and he knows the name of the books that he's going to need, I'm just going to go on Amazon and rent them. I know that my nephew, the medical books are, they're outrageous. So a medical book that is a couple $100, you can rent it like you're going to a library from Amazon for like $10. You can rent it for a semester for $10 and then return it. And you're not out all that money on books. So we're going to try to save money doing that on his books. So if you have a college student, rent their books through Amazon. It's just like a giant library, and you can save hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of dollars over the course of time. So definitely keep that in mind. I learned about that from my sister-in-law. She was doing it for my nephews, and I thought, I'm definitely going to do that because we need to save wherever we can. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and rattle a little bit about some of the things that are going on. But I think that my skin is going to get back to normal now that things are starting to settle back down again. I'm just tired. The last couple of weeks have really taken it out of me physically and emotionally. So I'm just going to rest a little while longer. I have the rest of my life to clean this place up. I will eventually do a house tour, or I'll just do it room by room for you guys. But honestly, I'm in no hurry. I'm in no hurry because there's other things I'd rather do, like sit on my butt and watch YouTube, or plan and do those kinds of things and play with my planner stuff. um, Play with makeup, all those things. So, yeah, I'm just not in a hurry, and I've got some things that need to be done before I can finish rooms up. I've got to have my TV is going to be mounted on the wall, and I can't really place decorative items where they need to be until the TV's on the wall. It's just I've got things in the general direction they need to go, but there's still a lot of stuff that's piled up, and my garage is still full. There will be a point probably this fall when it's not so hot, because you've got to remember I live in Alabama, and the heat here and the humidity it's unstinking believable. And so I'll probably wait till it cools off a little bit in the fall before I go into the garage and raise the door and start pulling things out and making decisions on what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. I figure that if I go out there now after something because it's packed away, then it's something I really need or want. If it's something that I haven't touched since I moved and it's fall, I can probably get rid of it. I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I just figured that if it's still in a box in a couple of months, I probably didn't need it and I could sell it. So that's what my plan is. And, I just, I put organize, and I do organize a little bit here and a little bit there, but nothing major. Right now I'm focusing on, how to keep the flash on this thing, like you've seen a couple of times since I've been talking. But I did get a tip from one of my viewers about that, and that I'm going to try the next time that I film. And so we're just going to see how that works. But yeah, I'm just, I'm taking it easy. I'm going to be 48 in a month and a half. And, well, let's see, about a month. Month and a half, yeah, that's about right. July. I'm finally somewhere. Where I'm happy. And because I'm happy, I'm relaxed. So, there's that. Oh well. I just, I wanted to talk to you guys about all those things that were running through my brain before I go and try to do something with my face to go to the doctor. I figure if I'm going to be up close and personal with him like that, then I need to put on a little something. Just a no makeup look, I guess you could say. I think I'm going to go work on that here in just a second. But just want to check in with you. Let you know that I feel like I made progress with my skin last night. Yay! I just hiccuped. Sorry about that, guys. I'm human. I hiccup. I'm sorry. I think that's a sign I may need to get up and go and do what I need to do and drink some water. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Guys. Well, it looks like I'm just in the same place I was before, and I guess technically I am. In the interest of not having a super long vlog that nobody wants to watch, I'm going to close this one out for today. I did make it to the eye doctor. As you can see, I am still wearing my glasses because I can't see without them because I'm old. He told me that I was going to have to start with Restasis, which is for chronic dry eye, and it was probably something that I would have to use from now on. The problem with that is that it's really expensive and not covered by my insurance. Isn't that just swell? So they're gonna order me a trial of it just to see if I can even use it. But I'm just going to call my doctor tomorrow and let him know. He did give me a discount card for it, but because of the insurance that I'm on, it doesn't allow for discount cards. Once again, I'm winning. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him to prescribe me something different. He told me that it would be no problem just to call and let him know. So I'll call tomorrow and yeah. So he said that it could take as long as, a couple of weeks to 3 months for it to get into my system. So I was going to have to make sure that I used it. I'm horrible with my contacts, guys. I mean, over the last 8 to 10 years, I'm used to just sleeping in them and getting up and moving on. I don't take them out at night and clean them like I'm supposed to. I pretty much keep a pair of contacts in my eyes until they're falling apart. I pull them out and put some new ones in and keep going. So, I mean, it's going to be different. I'm going to have to start taking care of them. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I did put on just a little bit of, makeup, not much. I put a little bit through my crease. Did not mess with my eyebrows at all. I did try to cover a couple of things. I put a little bit of blush on, but all that's already gone now, guys. So much for my Urban Decay all-nighter, because I really haven't done much but just go to the doctor. It was raining though, so I guess that could be it. I mean, because I did get pretty wet, but anyway, I'm going to cut this short. I wanted to upload a vlog for you guys on this channel. I've not done anything on this channel in quite a while. And so, since I had a friend say something that they wanted to know what was going on, I thought, well, okay, I'll go ahead and upload a vlog and let you guys know where I'm at in life and what's going on. Basically, I'm adjusting to what it's like to have a son that's grown and a new home and yeah, just all those normal things that, the different times of life that we go through and the stages and changes and those kinds of things. But overall, I guess you could say I'm pretty good. I'm broke. Always broke. Yeah, I did my last Sephora haul probably for a while. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to do any Etsy stickers for a while. I mean, I just, I do the monthly subscription to Scribble Prints. I would buy everything that my newest addiction has if I could. But I did apply to be a member of her PR team, though. Laura is putting together a My Newest Addiction PR team. She doesn't know how many people she's going to take or anything like that, but I did send in an application for that because I would love to do that. That just sounds like something so fun and exciting, something that would be a change of pace for me. I have so much time on my hands, and, I have a lot of ideas, and I'm pretty dang creative. I've done all kinds of different arts and crafts and crafty things throughout my life. So, I think that I would make a great addition. So cross your fingers for me that I can get on that team, because I think it would be great. It's only a 3-month term. Some people will be invited back and some people won't. But I'd like a 3-month period to really, show everybody what My Newest Addiction is about, because it's one of my favorite shops. Absolutely one of my favorite. I love Laura's stuff. And I use it in every spread that I do. I mean, I use 1 or 2 of her stickers at the very least, if it's not a whole set. So, yeah, be thinking about me on that, because she's going through those today and trying to pick and that sort of thing. If I don't make it, that's fine. It's not going to stop me from buying her stickers. But, yeah. That's going to be it. I'm going to upload this. Probably take a shower in a little while and get ready for bed. I think I've gotten old, guys. I can't see. My eyes are dry. I can't see worth anything. I mean, I can't see a thing. I can barely see the phone I'm looking at here. And my eyes are dry. I want to eat dinner at 4:30 and have something sweet sugar-free, of course, and then go to bed. I'm getting so old. I am having my 30-year high school reunion in June. Close to the end of the June. Close to the end of June. Guys, I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine. Times have changed. So, yeah. I I weigh a lot more than I weighed when I graduated from high school. I mean, yes, I'm trying to do something about it, but what I wouldn't give to have done something about it sooner and agreed to go to my high school reunion when I first found out about it. I could have maybe done something sooner. When I graduated from high school, I was going between 95 and 110 pounds back and forth soaking wet. If my hair was wet and had a towel on my head, I was closer to 110 pounds. But I mean, I was a very, very thin girl. When I hit 6th and 7th grade, I started water skiing. And we had a place on the lake, and I water skied all day, every day. As long as my dad would pull me, I was on that slalom, and I loved it. And I lost all my baby fat. I lost the round face and all that. I became very thin and very tan. The majority of the change happened between 7th and 8th grade. And I remember, because I went to school with the same kids from the time I was in kindergarten all the way up. And so I remember going into school my first day of 8th grade, and nobody recognized me. Nobody knew who I was. I had changed physically so much. I was brown as a ginger cake, and just this thin little skinny thing with my Jordache jeans or my Levi's or my Gloria Vanderbilt. Back in the day, those were the things, and the tighter the better. And I would lay down on the bed and use a coat hanger to pull the zipper up with. I can't believe it didn't kill me inside, but I was a skinny little thing all through school, and even in college, for the majority of college, I was very, very thin. And boy, things change once you have kids, or once you start on medications that put on weight, or you have thyroid issues, or whatever might happen. Wow, things change. So I'm nowhere near, that. Long way from that. But it's going to be fun to see the people that I went to school with. I can't wait to. I haven't been to any of the reunions up to this point. And our class president has not done anything to, organize our class reunions, which is, that's the traditional thing. And so it's just taken a group of people getting together and stepping up and saying they're willing to do it. And I'm very appreciative of that. The first one that we had was formal and way too expensive. And it was the same night as my ex's reunion. And so we just chose not to go to either one. And I have changed a lot. I'm not the same person. I don't think anybody ever is the same person in high school as they are at a reunion. But I'm very different. Life experiences, physically, emotionally, all those things. So it's going to be fun to see how everybody else has changed too. And I'm looking forward to it. So I may have to get you guys to help me choose a dress or whatever it is I'm going to wear. It's supposed to be fairly casual. I mean, now that we're older, we don't need anything real fancy. But I may have to get you guys to help me choose something to wear because I want to look nice, So, yeah, I may try on some dresses for you one day when it gets a little bit closer to time for it so you can help me decide what I need to wear. I've got quite a few options. I just don't know how they're going to look on me, because I haven't tried these things on since I gained the majority of my weight. So I do have some dresses that I think that are going to be options. And I have some nice heels or flats, either one. And I've also got some options that, I can go in sandals. So we'll just see. But I think I might let you guys vote on that. How would that be? Would that be fun? I'll let you guys vote. Maybe I'll try to figure out how to put one of those cards up there, and you can vote on which one you like the most, or you can vote in the comments. I think that'd be fun. And I'm also thinking about doing a mukbang. Do you know what that is? That's where, you basically you just sit down and you eat in front of the camera, and you eat while you're talking, just like you're talking to somebody across the table from you. Somebody mentioned that. I think it was Jean. I think Jean is the one that said to do a mukbang. And I was like, I don't really know what that is. But they seem to be getting more popular, or I'm just now getting onto the trend. I don't know. But if you want to see me do one of those, I'd be happy to sit down. I can put you at my table and put you across from me, and I'll find something to eat. Maybe I'll go get a pizza. The thing is that I can't really eat a whole lot, so it would be a short video. I started to do it today, but today I was afraid what I was eating might gross you out, because it was a protein bowl, and it had edamame and different kinds of, it had beans and legumes and such as that, and I really didn't know if you guys would be able to tolerate watching me eat that. So I thought it needed to be something fun. I know pizza seems to be a good food for a mukbang. So anyway, let me know about those two things if you'd like to see those two things. Like, I can model for you several different options, and you can tell me, vote and tell me which ones that you think I should wear to my 30th reunion. And maybe we can even vote on shoes and accessories. And then maybe if you're interested in watching me eat, which I don't understand that fascination, but hey, if that's something that you'd like to do and it would make you feel comfortable, like you know more about me, then maybe we could just discuss some crazy random things about food. Maybe I could update you again on my weight. I have lost as of Sunday, and today is Wednesday. As of Sunday, I'd lost 42 pounds, which is a lot, guys. And I know I've lost more since then. I could tell when I got out of the shower today. I noticed there were some changes in my body that I have always been very self-conscious about, that I noticed. And it's just something that I'm not going to talk about, but it's something that I noticed, and I thought, well, wait a minute. There's a change there. And that made me happy. And I also got good news from the beach. The boys are partaking in adult beverages, but they are staying with the adults and by the adult side at all time. They're not really going out on the strip, and they're just hanging with the parents, and that makes me feel so much more confident about the situation. A friend, her daughter works where I go to the eye doctor at, and she told me that last night she called. She said it was about 6 o'clock, and they were all, the boys and the adults, they were all just still sitting on the beach. And she said they were just kind of sitting out on the beach, enjoying the waves, and that they went in and had tacos. They cooked tacos inside the condos, and everybody came together and had taco night. I can't tell you what that meant to me, to know that, they've always been a close group or whatever, but to know that my son and his friends feel good about and are sticking with the adults and not going off on their own or getting into things, which they've never been a group that does that anyway. But to know that they're still that way when they have every opportunity to speaks a lot for them, I think. So even though there's some underage drinking going on, I do know that they're safe. I found out today, a couple hours ago actually,
that one of my former students passed away. And that's never easy. As a teacher, it's hard when you lose one. And especially when it's a senseless thing. He accidentally overdosed. His younger brother is on his honeymoon right now, and he accidentally overdosed last night. From what I understand, there's a history of drug abuse there, and that hurt my feelings. I wish there had been somebody with him last night. But all I can do is pray. Pray that my son and his friends continue to be in good hands and be safe. It's much better than the situation I was in. I went down as an 18-year-old, drinking, carrying on, a girl now, jumping in and out of cars with people we didn't know, hanging out for just a few minutes while, you're on the strip, cruising and everything, and not getting into trouble, going back to people's condos that we didn't know. Wow. I'm so thankful. I am so thankful that my son has the group of friends that he has and has a group of parents that it's not so much that they're not condoning underage drinking. It's not like they're giving it to them, but they're getting it. And, I mentioned earlier in one of my earlier vlogs that there's some other people down there that are of age, and they can get it that way. But yet, when they do turn up with a headache in the morning, there's a mom or a dad there to give them some Advil and make them drink lots of water. So, you can't protect them from everything, and they've got to learn on their own somehow. And yes, there will be things they will regret. But there's a huge learning experience there too. And it's hard as a mama to let it go. Especially when you find out one of your former students accidentally overdosed. Because that's one of the fears just one of the many fears, of a mom. So, as long as he's drinking water and using sunscreen, he knows not to get in a vehicle. I'm blessed. Especially after the news I got today. I'm very blessed. Well, I better get off here. I don't know if you can hear Izzy whining in the background, but she's ready to eat her supper. I need to give her medicine, and I need to feed her because I'm a mama to a 4-legged fur baby too. Guys, thanks for being my friends. Thanks for being so sweet and positive. Thanks for messaging, commenting. You guys rock. You really do. I feel very blessed that I can be myself and not have to fake anything. That I can be honest and I can be myself and true to who I am, and you still watch and you accept me for the way that I am. It means so much. So thanks. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.